Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. You know what? I just realized that when I really complicate these videos, they become like a chore and it's not enjoyable for me to do it. And at times I even just shy away or I'm not excited to do them. So I'm looking for a way to actually make them more enjoyable, something that I look forward to do, and that is just making them more relaxed. Okay, so today I want to share with you guys. I just feel in my heart to just share a testimony with you guys and just to encourage anyone who is getting married or you're planning your wedding or you are newly married and you feel like things are tough. This was me just 1 year ago when we got married with my husband. Things were tough because at this time we were just around like 2 weeks 3 weeks in marriage, 3 weeks in marriage, and I remember things were tough, guys. I want to say we are those people who they say don't get into marriage with date. But let me say that at times, honestly, some things are unavoidable. Yes, because yes, we got married relatively young, not young according to me, with just the right age, but relatively young in terms of someone having established themselves, maybe financially, to be able to comfortably cater or take care of the needs of the wedding and also the dowry and just everything. And so I feel like it really made us start off, from quite a low point because at that time I wasn't even working. I didn't have a job by then. I just graduated not so long from varsity. My husband was the only one who was working, and so it was a lot for him to take care of the wedding and other many responsibilities. And so by the time we were getting married, we were in quite a date, quite a good amount of date, and it wasn't easy. But I want to say that when God is with you, and we knew that this was the will of God concerning our lives for us to get married at that time, and we moved by faith. Honestly, our wedding planning was a faith thing, and I'll share more on that. But I just thought at this point, what is on my heart is for me to encourage someone who is either getting into marriage or you are newly married or you are trusting God to get married, at some point in your life. Don't shy away, especially if you know you guys are young and you're just getting started, and maybe you're a guy or you guys are not established. As long as it is God's will for you, God will come through for you. God will make ways out for you. God will take care of you. So yes, guys, we get married, we are in debt, and even the gifts we collected went to pay the debt. We didn't even have the money to spend. And so I remember things were tough. I remember crying so much because I've just come from, to make matters worse, I was just coming from my parents' house. My guardians who have taken care of me, who grew to become my parents. Yes, a different story. Yeah, and so I was not exposed to trying to figure out my life, what I will eat, how things will be. They just that shielding when you are still living with your parents as compared to someone who had already started, figuring out life. And so this was so tough for me, just having to manage manage lack at times, not having so much, having to balance what you have. It was a lot for me, but I thank God for my darling husband, a very strong man, strong-willed. He was there for me. He will encourage me. But I remember God just giving me peace after I think a month or two, and assuring me a month. Yeah, I remember just after a few weeks, God just ministering to me to just settle down and embrace the process. I remember at that time we could not even move. We were planning to move out. My husband was in that single house, and this I'm saying as a testimony. And so we were not able to move. So we had to stay there and pay off our debts because we didn't want to again add other issues on top of what we were having. And so we decided to stay there and focus on paying debts. Thank God, and we were just trusting God and praying and just doing what we had to do. But at that time, God gave us so much peace and joy. We enjoyed each other's company. We were happy. We were having fun, even in that moment of, not having a lot. I remember we went for some time, even without being able to do shopping and all that. Like, we will have enough for the day, and God will provide for each day. And I remember God helping us paying off the debts. I think within the first month or the second month, we paid off the debt, and then after 3 months, we were able to move where we are comfortable. And even through the year, God has been able to help us just settle in and furnish and all that. If you are a newly married, you understand, having to build, and if that is your case, definitely. And so, yeah, we just saw God really just come through for us, and just seeing God make ways for us, even being able to pay off the debt so fast. We just saw God come through for us. And I'm just creating this video to encourage someone who is thinking of marriage, or you're getting into marriage, and maybe you have so much on your plate to take care of, and you get into that marriage and you feel like this is so overwhelming. I feel like that was my first taste, honestly, getting into marriage, dealing with just the transition, and having to cope with now being a wife from a young girl who has been being taken care of by their parents to now being a wife, an owner of a home who needs to plan for everything. But I just want to tell you, as long as you walk with God, as long as you trust God, as long as you keep the place of God, God will come through for you. God will take care of you. And I just, I think it's good to just have an encouragement. It's good to have someone who reminds you that they have walked that path and God will show up for you. Honestly, I have learned that God will bless the two of you. As long as you are working together, you are united. I think one thing to just work on is to adjust your mind, and agree with your spouse, and just be one, and pray through the situation, and trust God to work together. God will help you. God will take care of you. So I just wanted to encourage someone who is either getting into marriage, or if you're also at a low point in your life. Honestly, it wasn't easy, but honestly, I thank God that we were able to go through that season, and right now we are comfortable. We are able to take care of our needs, take care of our bills. And I want to say that even at that point, God never left us to be in want. As I said, he supplied each day its need. We didn't have a lot to spare, yes, like we can do at the moment, but God was able to take care of each need at every time that we needed to take care of those needs. God was able to come through for us. And so, just to encourage you, as long as God is with you, as long as you heard God about your journey, as long as you know that you are with the right person, God will help you. It doesn't matter what you're going through. And even if maybe you're just going through a journey of your life and you are feeling like you're at a low point, I am a testimony of the doing of God, and I have a lot, of course we will be sharing, but I just want to encourage you that God will come through for you, even as we celebrate our second Christmas, because our first Christmas was just a few weeks after our wedding, and we enjoyed whatever we had. We enjoyed at that point, but at this point, even as we celebrate the Christmas, I just feel so grateful. I'm so much full of gratitude in my heart for what God has been able to help us achieve, what God has helped us do. And of course, we are looking forward to even more and more, blessings and what God has to do. And yeah, I just thought to share this. It just came so randomly. I just thought to share with you. God will take care of you. It doesn't matter where you start, and trust the process. If God gives you a partner, walk through the journey together. Walk through it, support them. Don't make it stressful for them. Just trust God to help you to embrace the journey and walk through it together. God has more for you, God has better for you. And one thing I've learned is when you are united, God is going to bless you, God is going to move you. God has really accelerated us, honestly. And when we will have experienced shame, God has made sure that He has covered us, that that shame has not been our portion, because we walked right with God, and we were depending and trusting on God. And one thing I know, God will never let His own to be ashamed. Never let His own to be ashamed, not let you beg for bread. God will take care of you. Trust the process. Yes, there are moments of having just enough for the day, and there are moments where God will give you more than enough to spare for maybe days or months. Just trust the process, and embrace your journey. Things will get better as you move on. Of course, I'm trusting God for so much more. We are not yet there, but I'm at a place where I can testify and just encourage someone. God will be with you. God will take care of you. It doesn't matter your beginnings, your end shall greatly increase. Yes, guys. So it's what I should share with you. The story of our life, and just testify of what God has done. God has been good to us. I have an amazing spouse. I thank God. Nothing we have gone through is compared to the joy we are enjoying, the joy we are experiencing as a couple. As a couple. And just that helps me to understand that it's good to know where your priority really is. The person is more important than the things. The things can come. It's good to just be assured that you have the right person by your side to do life with. Those things, God will be able to help you achieve them and just bless you and prosper you. But the goal should be the right person to do life with, the right person to be by your side. That should be the goal. The rest, God will take care of them. God will help you. God will see you through them. But it's just beautiful that you have the right spouse. Okay? So yes, guys, that's just a short story I wanted to share with you, and a testimony. It shall be well. Things will work out. Things will be okay. Yes, guys, so thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to have you. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it so that it can reach other people. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you guys in the next video. Love you. Consider leaving a comment down below of what you would love to hear from me, and I'll be so sure to get into that. Thank you so much, guys. See you.